Welcome back to Friendly Talk with Usayo, and today we're going to continue with Mrs. Fekemi Sharon. So, Mrs. Fekemi, compromise is very important in marriage because you all need to get to that middle ground. I want you to throw more light on that word compromise.
Compromise is loving. It means that sometimes we go my way, sometimes we go your way.
Okay.
It is not all the time that it doesn't mean that I'm abandoning my principles, what I am, who I am. That is not what compromise is. It means flexibility
Oh, yeah.
on preferences,
Okay.
not on my principle. So let's say that the husband likes to go out
Okay.
and the wife likes to stay in. So, right, rather than throwing accusations and saying, you don't care about me, you're always going out, you're doing this, let us take one weekend. We go out together one weekend, and then the next weekend it is for us, we stay at home. That way, you get what you want, and I get what I want. That is what compromise is, making concessions. I want this, you want this. Okay, so I give you this, you get that, and you give me this, and I get that. So we both get what we want. That is what compromise is.
Thank you very much. You see, I just need you to know that marriage can be heaven on earth. Because I know a lot of people, marriage, especially, people of this generation, they are like, marriage, I don't want to get married. Once I have my money, I have my things, I'm okay, and all of that.
Because they do not understand what it means to be married. They see marriage as just a man and a woman coming together, having children, but that is not what marriage, that is not the original intention of marriage. Marriage is about companionship. It's about being with somebody. You do life with this person for the end of your life. That is what your oath say. Your vows say, till death do us part. That is the original intention.
Yeah. So through the thick,
and
the thin, the bad,
and the
good, the ugly, you're together.
Yes.
So the ability of two people to say we will make this work.
Yes.
No matter what we go through.
Yes.
I am just so excited to have this wonderful woman here today with me. And she has actually been saying a lot about how to handle conflict. If only you can learn these tips, it will make your life better and your marriage sweeter. Thank you so much, Mrs. Fekemi. I'm really, really, really so excited that you're here and that you're sharing these tips with us. Now, you know that couples get into this so heated conflict kind of thing. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Heated conflict. And in that situation, it is difficult to really listen to understand. Now I want you to share more light on how can couple handle such situation. Peradventure you find yourself in that situation where both of you are just like, how can we handle that? Or how can people handle that?
Okay. So sometimes when I do premarital counseling, I always tell my couples, before you decide that you want to settle down, you need to have some very serious and hard conversations. And one of those conversations, apart from what we do about money, apart from how many children we have, there are things that you do about when we have conflict. How do we resolve it?
Let me just pause you there. Sorry, I know you have a lot, but this is important. Are you in a relationship? Are you planning to get married? Have you been talking to someone? Please ask, how are we going to resolve our conflicts? Because conflict will definitely come. That was important.
Yeah. So the first thing you need to understand is that they need to speak about the way that they will resolve their conflict. Set rules for conflict. Say, for instance, no shouting, no name calling, no interruptions. Listen and understand what the other person is trying to say. It's not all the time that you need to be screaming at the top of your voice. The fact that you're screaming doesn't mean that you will be heard any louder.
The fact that you're screaming doesn't mean that you'll be heard louder. It is true.
Yes.
Because some men feel, or even some women, let me not just say only some men, they feel it's when you start screaming that it will calm down.
You
won't be heard at all.
because the whole purpose of the conversation is already lost.
Yeah.
Because I can't hear above your shouting, I can't hear what you're saying.
Yes.
So you need to learn to talk without screaming at the top of your lungs.
Okay.
That is one of the rules that you need to set down as a couple. And then also, while in the process of, say for instance, you did not have that conversation while you were married.
Yeah.
And then you're married and now you're having conflict. And now you're so heated that you feel like, if at the end of this, we are not getting a divorce, tell me it is not my mother that gave it to me. When you're having those kinds of conversations, what do you do?
Yes.
How do you come back to the way that things
Exactly.
work? Take a breath. It helps a lot. We always, with some of my pre-marital couples, we always do this exercise. You take a breath, exhale with your mouth. You do like 2 to 3 times. In and out. Now, you're a bit calm. Now, let's talk about the issue. What are we fighting about? Are we fighting about our children's school? Is that what the fight is about? Or the fact that you're keeping late night? Okay. How do we resolve this? Why do you keep this late night? Is it because you have friends? Are those friends, the fact that you're keeping late night, what do you achieve? You begin to ask very serious questions, but without shouting. Once you start to shout and throw accusations, the purpose of that communication has already been defeated. So rather than screaming, rather than shouting at the top of your lungs, take a pause, breathe, and then ask again. And if, as at that point, you cannot ask those questions, never leave that conversation without agreeing on a time to revisit that conversation.
Thank you so much. One of the reasons why marriage seems difficult, just like people say, is because people don't talk. When we learn to talk, resolve our differences, it will make marriage sweeter. I want you to tell them more about your clinic. I know you have a relationship clinic. I want you to seize this opportunity to tell the medium about what you do, where people can reach you. Just sell it to us.
Okay, so I run a program. It's a company actually. It's the Relationship Clinic NG, where we do premarital counseling, we do marital counseling, we do family mediation, and a whole lot more. You can get us at Vera Gold Hotel at PSIN, that's Public Service Institute on Dulce Expressway. That's where our office is. Our phone number is 081 0387 9512. Again, 081 0387 9512. You can get across to us.
Thank you so much once again for joining me today. I'm so delighted. I look forward to calling you to join me. I look forward to having you here again to talk to us. So everyone, I'm sure that you have picked one or two things from today's episode. And for now,